Major difference. Why the Venezuelan case happens to be worse than the Iraqi case is because of geography. Geography. Why? Because Venezuela happens to sit in the same hemisphere, in the same neighborhood, with them, with the United States of America, which is essentially the Americas. Iraq is far from America. Iraq is in the Middle East, quite far from America. So all America could do was essentially take its money. It could not take its oil. But in the case of Venezuela, it is just almost next door, just a relatively short sea trip, and you have moved from the coast of Venezuela to the coast of America. That is one important difference. Again, another important difference is that don't forget that when it comes to crude reserves, Venezuela is actually number one. Venezuela actually has the largest crude reserve of any country in the world, even bigger than that of Saudi Arabia, over 300 billion barrels of crude. So in the case of Venezuela, how did America bring, or more accurately, force, Venezuela into the petrodollar scheme? Now, what did they do? Classic state capture. It's very recent. I'm not sure it's up to 3 or 4 months, and I'm sure you all had the story back then. America simply went into Venezuela and picked up the president and his wife, President Nicolas Maduro and Celia Flores. They gave all sorts of spurious excuses. They said he was a drug lord and everything. All those things they accused him of have essentially fizzled out in the American courts. We are hearing nothing of those drug charges anymore. His major crime was that he did not surrender the Venezuelan crude industry to American petrodollar interests. Instead, it was hobnobbing with the political adversaries of America, particularly China, Russia, Iran. And he was trading Venezuelan oil in yuan and other alternate currencies like ruble instead of the American petrodollar. So what did they do? They simply came in, killed his presidential guards, over 80 of them, picked up him and his wife, Celia Flores, flew them to America and threw them in jail. After they threw them in jail, do you know what America did? On the force of arms, at gunpoint, they made a new rule. And the rule is that every liter and every barrel of crude Venezuela extracts cannot even be sold on Venezuelan soil, cannot even take off from the Venezuelan coast. It must first be transported to America. So if you want to buy crude oil from Venezuela today, you are an individual, you are a company, you are a country. You cannot buy